5 years had passed since high school graduation. Leo worked a mundane office job. That year, his family began pressuring him to marry. Abeda's life was meant to be simple. They did not need the grand romance of alphas or omegas. Abeda just needed to settle down quickly. They were expected to fulfill their role in society. Leo was dreading his next setup date. Then, a message arrived from Caleb. He asked Leo about the class reunion in 2 days. A class reunion? Leo had seen a post about it in the group chat. He had not RSVP'd. He was unsure if a certain person would be there. A message from his mother appeared on his screen. She questioned why Abeda like him was being so selective. She told him not to aim too high. Leo ignored his mother's text. He reopened his chat with Caleb. He replied that he would be there. Caleb responded instantly. He would let the class president know. In a quiet booth, Caleb smiled. He opened a chat with the class president. He was too excited to type. He sent a quick voice message instead. He told the president to add Leo's name to the list. His friend Mason watched him with an amused look. He teased Caleb about securing his childhood friend. He asked if that was why Caleb was so happy. Caleb was feeling triumphant. He noted that Leo had not planned on coming. But Leo agreed immediately when he asked. Mason playfully scoffed at him. He then turned to the third person in their booth. Adrian had been silent for a long time. Mason asked Adrian to humble Caleb a little. The man did not respond right away. He first pressed his cigarette into the ashtray. His handsome face was obscured by smoke. His voice was slightly raspy when he finally spoke. He wondered what he should say. He agreed that it was a reason to be happy. Mason pouted, seeing he had no ally. He started bickering with Caleb about something else. But the third man, Adrian, seemed stuck on the previous topic. He had stopped smoking and drinking. He stared downward, lost in his own thoughts. After a long moment, he whispered 2 words. Leo. It was like an unconscious echo. It was also like a lover's intimate whisper. Leo felt a familiar nervousness as he reached the restaurant. What if he ran into him? What would he even say? Should he offer a polite hello, long time no see? Or should he ask how he has been? He hesitated by the entrance, unable to go inside. Leo? A familiar voice came from behind him. Leo froze instantly. An arm wrapped around his shoulder before he could turn. The person asked why he was waiting outside. He jokingly asked if Leo was waiting for him. It was Caleb, his childhood friend. He was also that person's friend. Caleb said he and his little buddy could catch up in the cold. He announced that he and Adrian were heading inside. Leo was completely frozen. He did not dare turn his head. Caleb was saying something close to his ear. Leo did not hear a single word. As the other 2 walked away, a figure entered his line of sight. He seemed taller now and a bit thinner. He walked into the restaurant without a single glance back. Leo felt a sudden urge to laugh at himself. 5 years had passed. They were just classmates who barely knew each other. They were not close before. They were even less so now. Caleb mentioned the cold and suggested they go in. Leo nodded, following him inside. His selfish heart took over. He wanted to be near Adrian, even if Adrian had no memory of him. So he followed Caleb to his side. Only one person sat between him and Adrian. It was just like in high school. One person was all that separated them. Yet after 8 years, they were still the same. Not too close, not too far. It felt like an impossible wall stood between them. People were expected to drink at this kind of gathering. But the person he once wronged with alcohol was nearby. Leo could not bring himself to drink in front of him. Caleb noticed his reluctance. He intercepted a beer being passed to Leo. He told them to get some soda for Leo instead. Leo smiled gratefully at his good friend. His eyes then unexpectedly met Adrian's. The look was cold. It was the gaze one gives a complete stranger. Leo's smile froze on his face. He slowly looked away. His heart pounded wildly in his chest. After a few drinks, the group's chatter grew louder. Leo finally managed to pull himself together. Someone was asking him about his life. They asked if Leo had a partner. They wondered if it was an alpha, beta, or omega. Leo simply shook his head at first. Then he felt Adrian's gaze on him. His heart tightened. He stammered out a clarification. He said he was single. He added that he would definitely look for a beta. The woman who asked nodded. Her tone was filled with a bit of pity. She commented that Leo was too handsome to be just a beta. Caleb overheard and put his arm around Leo's shoulder. He asked what was wrong with being a beta. He joked that no rule said betas could only date betas. Leo gave a small, helpless smile. He gently removed Caleb's heavy arm. He knew Caleb was just kidding, but he still replied in a soft voice. He felt it was more suitable for betas to be with betas. After he spoke, he felt a direct gaze on him. He looked up instinctively. It was Adrian. Adrian stared straight at him, seemingly lost in thought. Leo panicked, not knowing what to do. He awkwardly averted his gaze. After questioning him, someone turned to Adrian. They asked about Adrian's relationship status. They assumed someone so exceptional must have a partner. Leo lowered his head and sipped his soda. His ears, however, were listening intently. Adrian confirmed he had a fiancée. He said they were getting married soon. Of course. Leo's hand, holding the glass, tried to tighten, but he found he had no strength. Caleb frowned and questioned Adrian directly. He asked when Adrian got a fiancée. He wondered why he didn't know about it. Adrian glanced nonchalantly toward Caleb. In his peripheral vision, he saw someone who kept his head down. That person seemed completely uninterested. He said his partner was not keen on others knowing, so he never mentioned it. The people around them murmured in confusion. Who could it be? What powerful Omega would look down on an alpha like him? Adrian gave a bitter smile. His tone was indescribably sour. He said that was a good question. He also wanted to know, why did his partner not want him? As soon as he finished, Leo shot up from his seat. He gave an apologetic smile to the group. He excused himself to use the restroom. A splash of cold water hit his face. It washed away tears that should not have been there. He felt an immense sense of loss. Even though he had no right to feel that way, he did not have the courage to go back. He took out his phone to message Caleb. He wrote that he was not feeling well and was going home. He asked Caleb to apologize for him. As he opened the restroom door, he put his phone away. He looked up to see where he was going. He was caught off guard by Adrian standing at the door. Adrian saw him too. He slowly lowered his cigarette. He exhaled a cloud of smoke. When did he start smoking? Leo clearly remembered him disliking it in high school. Whenever Leo was around, he would see Adrian frown. Adrian would tell people to put out their cigarettes. Was it because of his fiancée? The thought of this possibility made his heart ache. His eyes began to burn. He quickly lowered his gaze. He turned his head, not daring to look at that face. His steps quickened. If only he had looked back at Adrian then. He would have noticed the alpha's instability. Even a beta would have sensed something wrong. The crimson in his eyes was clear. His features were unnaturally cold. But Leo did not look back. There was no time to look back. He only felt a sharp pain in his neck. Then he remembered nothing more. In a hazy state, he heard someone whispering in his ear. The voice asked if it would be okay to turn him into an Omega, the kind that could only live on his pheromones. That way, he would only ever look at him. The voice was soft. The tone was gentle and considerate, but it sent a shiver down his spine. His entire body went cold. He wanted to say no. He wanted to ask how a beta could become an omega, but he could not utter a single word. His body was heavy. He could not even open his eyes. When he woke up again, he was in a completely unfamiliar room. The furniture was exquisitely carved. A magnificent chandelier shone brightly. Everything hinted at the owner's extraordinary status. He tried to get up several times. In the end, he could only lie in bed, gasping for air. With a click, the door opened. The person he least expected to see walked in. He asked if Leo was feeling any better. Leo's eyes widened. He looked at Adrian in disbelief. He could not remember why he was in Adrian's home. Adrian's smile faded slightly. He set down the tray of food. He asked if Leo did not remember him. He said he was Adrian, Caleb's friend. Leo blinked and managed a small hum of acknowledgement. Adrian sat on the edge of the bed. He naturally reached out to help Leo sit up. Leo suddenly found a burst of strength. He quickly sat up on his own. He clumsily pushed away Adrian's arm. He said it was fine, he could manage by himself. Adrian seemed to glance at the hand on his arm. Then he withdrew his gesture. Leo pulled his hand back, cursing his own abruptness. Adrian picked up a bowl of soup. He blew on a spoonful to cool it. He asked how Leo was feeling now. He wondered if his body still felt weak. Leo nodded. He asked hesitantly what happened to him. Why was he suddenly here? Adrian naturally tested the soup's temperature with his lips. He then held the spoon to Leo's mouth. He explained that Leo had fainted at the restaurant. He had taken him for a checkup. The doctor suggested it might be a secondary designation. He did not know Leo's address, so he brought him to his home first. Secondary designation? He was too old for that. How could he have a secondary designation? Overwhelmed by the shock, he slowly opened his mouth. He swallowed the soup from the spoon. When he realized Adrian's lips had touched it, his face flushed. Adrian's expression did not change. He scooped another spoonful and brought it to Leo's lips. Leo silently berated himself for his improper thoughts. He tried to suppress the heat in his face. He awkwardly tried to make conversation with Adrian. He asked if his secondary designation was successful. Adrian held the bowl and spoon, not answering immediately. Leo looked at him, confused. Suddenly, a faint scent of dark would enter his nose. It grew stronger and more overwhelming. His body began to feel hot and itchy. He had to grab onto Adrian's shoulder for support. He begged Adrian to stop releasing it. He said it felt strange. Adrian put down the bowl and spoon. He held Leo in his arms. He apologized. He had only wanted to release a little to see. He was checking if Leo was an alpha or omega. He guessed Leo was sensitive because he just designated. Leo buried his face in Adrian's neck, panting softly. Adrian's hand gently stroked his back, but it did not make him feel better. The itch deep in his bones grew more intense. He stared blankly at the neck in front of him. He had an overwhelming urge to lick the gland, the source of the dark wood scent. But he could not. This was Adrian. He held back so hard his eyes began to water. His fingers trembled uncontrollably. Adrian noticed his strange behavior. He lifted Leo's face. He asked what was wrong. Leo's gaze grew hazy. He could not catch his breath. He could only stick out the tip of his tongue. He panted like a small puppy. Adrian's brow furrowed slightly. He must think Leo was being rude. Leo was so ashamed that tears welled up in his eyes. He wanted to explain, to apologize. But before he could retract his tongue, it was captured. The other person's tongue pushed his back into his mouth. He was kissed until his consciousness faded. Who? Who was kissing him? There were only two people in the room. Could it really be Adrian kissing him? Even though Adrian had a fiancée, he was helping him. An indescribable guilt washed over him. Under the intense stimulation, tears streamed down his face. They even wet Adrian's cheeks. Adrian moved his lips away. He wiped the tears from Leo's face. I'm sorry, Leo. I couldn't help myself." Leo sobbed, unable to speak a single word. His body was uncomfortable. His heart was heavy with burden. He cried until he could not stop. Eventually, he cried himself unconscious. Adrian meticulously wiped the tear stains from the person on the bed. He then stepped out of the room to make a phone call. His gentle expression and soft tone were gone. He said the person had cried himself unconscious. He told the other person to come check on him. A carefree voice came from the other end. The voice teased the great CEO Adrian. He had warned him to be gentle during the initial designation. Why did he have to torment the poor guy? Adrian rubbed his temples. He said he did not do anything. He had only kissed him. The person on the phone burst out laughing in disbelief. He asked if it was for real. He joked that Adrian's little treasure was too innocent. A single kiss made him faint. Adrian grew impatient. He told the person to hurry over. He was worried about potential side effects. The laughter gradually subsided. The voice reassured him. Adrian was the one who took the drug. The other person would not have any side effects. He was probably just weak from the recent designation. He would be over in a while to check. Adrian hung up the phone. He instinctively reached for a cigarette. But then he thought of the person in the other room. He threw the cigarette into the trash. He decided against it. The person in the room did not like the smell of smoke. If they were to live together, he could not smoke anymore. He had to start quitting now. When Leo woke up again, he was still in Adrian's home. He had just barely moved his arm. The man with his head lowered beside him immediately looked up. Leo saw the bloodshot eyes of Adrian. He was both startled and concerned. "Are you okay? Are you okay?" He never thought they would say the same thing at the same time. Leo suppressed the sweet fluttering in his heart. He shook his head. Adrian let out a sigh of relief and smiled at him. "That's good. What would you like to eat?" Leo stammered in his reply. "Huh? Oh, anything is fine with me." Adrian was amused by his dazed look. He reached out and patted his head. He asked if steamed eggs and shrimp congee were okay. He remembered Leo liked that in high school. He just did not know if his tastes had changed. Leo was completely smitten. He just smiled foolishly. He did not notice the hint of unease in Adrian's last words. "Yes, that's fine." After changing his clothes and going downstairs, he sat awkwardly at the table. He had been feeling anxious. He was afraid Adrian's fiancée would suddenly appear. She would ask who the scheming beta was. But Adrian's cooking was too good. As he ate, he became completely engrossed. He forgot about everything else. After a satisfying meal, he offered to do the dishes. Adrian did not refuse too strongly. Instead, he stood not far away, watching him quietly. Because of his presence, Leo felt tense. He washed the dishes clumsily. He almost forgot to use dish soap. Adrian, standing nearby, let out a soft laugh. The sound made Leo's face burn. "Leo, why are you so nervous?" Adrian asked gently. Leo stammered his reply. "Huh? No, I'm not. I just might be a bit disoriented from the secondary designation." "I see." As Adrian spoke, he naturally raised his hand. He patted Leo's head again. "You've been through a lot, our Leo." Leo's mind went blank. He held a plate and scrubbed it stiffly. His eyes were fixed on the sink. He did not dare to look away. So, Adrian, why haven't I seen your fiancée? Doesn't she live here? He awkwardly changed the subject. Then he nervously bit his lip. He was afraid Adrian would think he was being rude. Why did you suddenly ask that? Are you very concerned? Adrian's tone was not annoyed as expected. Instead, it sounded like he was teasing him. That was Adrian. Always so tolerant, always so gentle. But Leo knew he had overstepped. He just shook his head and kept his mouth shut. After finishing the dishes, he was eager to leave. Adrian, thank you for taking care of me these past few days. I'll treat you to dinner some other time. I should get going now. He did not manage to leave. Adrian grabbed him. He panicked and tried to pull his sleeve back. But he could not break free. What is it? Adrian? He looked up at him. The man who was smiling just a moment ago now had a cold face. His cold expression now was different from high school. Back then, his face was just naturally impassive. But now, there was another emotion hidden beneath the coldness. Was he angry? For some reason, this version of him felt unfamiliar. It made Leo a little scared. But in a few blinks, Adrian's expression softened again. Leo, you've just designated. You need someone to take care of you. Why don't you stay here for now? Leo came back to his senses. The fear from a moment ago quickly dissipated. Perhaps it was the natural dynamic between an alpha and omega. How could he be afraid of Adrian? No, that would be too much trouble for you. I'll go to the hospital for a checkup. Then I'll get some medicine. Adrian chuckled at his words. Leo, a hospital might not be able to diagnose your designation. Huh? How could that be? Adrian sighed and confessed the truth. Actually, you designated because of me. My company is developing a drug. Can upgrade an alpha. I was the first test subject. My pheromones became a bit unstable as a result. The day of the reunion, when we met at the restroom, my pheromones were leaking. It happened to trigger you. That's what caused your secondary designation. So, I have a responsibility to take care of you. Leo was stunned by his words. Deep down, he did not want to refuse him. But if he continued to stay with him, he might lose control. So he said, no, it's fine. I don't want to stay here. And I don't need to be taken care of. Thank you. After leaving Adrian's house that day, he thought that would be it. He expected Adrian to give up. But unexpectedly, Adrian started picking him up from work every day. He would take him out for good food. He would take him for drives. Gradually, they started talking. They talked about many things off and on. Leo was surprised to find that Adrian remembered many small things. Things buried deep in his heart. It was as if it was truly their shared youth. Not just his own bitter, hopeless secret crush. Although being with him was incredibly happy, he was always reminded of the fact that Adrian had a fiancée. Whenever Adrian looked at him and smiled, he would sober up. So he started avoiding him again. He used work as an excuse. He claimed he was too tired. His body was avoiding him, but his heart could not stay away. He was thinking of ways to distract himself. Caleb invited him out for a meal. He thought it would be just the two of them, so he readily agreed. When he got there, he was dumbfounded. Sitting opposite him was none other than Adrian. He quickly pulled Caleb aside. He whispered, "Why is Adrian here too?" Caleb looked at him with innocent eyes. He said, "What's wrong with Adrian being here? It's just a get-together." Noticing Adrian looking their way, Leo quickly covered Caleb's mouth. "Keep your voice down." It was not his fault for misunderstanding. Since high school, Caleb had always hung out with him separately. He kept him apart from his group of close friends. He rarely brought Leo into his other circle. Caleb also realized something was off. He lowered his head and whispered, "What's wrong? Is it awkward?" You've hung out before, it should be fine, right? Besides, Adrian might look stern, but he's quite friendly. It was his idea to invite you this time. Don't worry. Thanks, now he was even more worried. He could only walk slowly towards the table with Caleb. Adrian, you're here early. Yes. Leo sat down, his mind elsewhere. He listened to the two of them chat. Adrian did not seem to be in high spirits today. He spoke as little as possible. Things only became normal after the others arrived. Hey, Caleb, you finally brought your little wife out today. Someone joked as they sat down. Caleb laughed. Get lost. Our Leo is thin-skinned. Stop teasing him. The group started to get rowdy, teasing them even more. Caleb did not explain further. Leo knew it was just a joke and did not take it seriously. There was no point in taking it seriously anyway. People used to joke about them in high school. His explanations were always ignored. Caleb had advised him back then. They're just joking. No one takes it seriously. Don't get mad. After a while, he lost the patience to explain. He just let them be. Just then, Adrian, who had been quiet, suddenly spoke. All right, if you want to show off, do it outside. I'm here to eat. Don't be an eyesore. Leo's heart tightened. He cautiously glanced at him. As expected, Adrian was frowning. He rarely saw him this impatient. He became tense. But the others seemed used to it. They were still cheerful. Caleb even put his arm around Adrian's shoulder. What, jealous of me? Leo saw Adrian close his eyes. He seemed to glance his way unintentionally. Then he removed Caleb's hand. His tone became flat. Let's order. Most of the people there were old friends. The table was noisy and lively. Only he and Adrian were the quietest. After a few rounds of drinks, Leo got up to use the restroom. When he came back, Adrian was washing his hands at the sink. He hesitated for a long time, but finally decided to speak. Are you unhappy today? Adrian turned to look at him, his expression unreadable. Leo quickly explained. I'm just asking. I don't mean anything else. If you don't want to talk about it, just forget I asked. Adrian shook the water from his hands and paused. There is something bothering me. My fiancée has been avoiding me lately. I finally made an excuse to ask her out, but she brought another man to spite me. Tell me, how can I be happy? He had not expected that reason. Leo felt like he had been slapped hard. He stammered, unable to speak. He was pathetic. Even at a time like this, he was thinking, if he were Adrian's fiancée, he would not let him suffer. Adrian suddenly moved closer to him. Their breaths almost mingled. Leo, if you were in this situation, what would you do? With the topic already laid out, he had to answer. Well, you should talk it out. Couples shouldn't hold grudges overnight. I think your fiancée is just throwing a tantrum. She doesn't really want to leave you. After hearing him, Adrian's lips curled into a smile. He moved even closer. Really? You really think so? His warm breath brushed against Leo's face. Leo froze, his body stiff. Yes, yes. Adrian sensed his stiffness and moved away a little. Just as Leo was about to catch his breath, Adrian touched his head. Then I'll take your word for it. He hated it. Who wanted to give him and his fiancée good wishes? As he was feeling a little down, he heard Adrian's tone shift. But what if we can't talk it out? I think locking her up is the best option. That way, she'll only ever look at me. She'll never be intimate with another man again. Permanent solution. Leo, what do you think? If he had not been drinking tea instead of alcohol, he would have thought he was hallucinating. He looked up at Adrian in astonishment. Adrian did not seem to be joking at all. His expression was very serious. He stammered to form his words. No, don't do that. That's illegal. You'll get arrested. Realizing something, he quickly added, and your fiancé won't be happy. You'll just grow further apart." But Adrian did not say anything else. He just stared at him with a heavy gaze. Leo's heart pounded faster. He did not know how to persuade him. But then Adrian suddenly smiled. "I'm just kidding. Look how scared you are. All right, let's go back. They'll be looking for us." He led Leo back to his seat. He acted as if nothing had happened. But Leo's mood became even heavier. His mind kept replaying Adrian's words. How could Adrian say something like that? After that dinner, he could not forget those words. He felt restless and depressed. He did not know who to talk to. After much thought, he decided to talk to Caleb. The moment he told Caleb he needed to talk, Caleb immediately suggested meeting at a restaurant on the weekend. After confirming it would be just the two of them, Leo agreed. Little did he know, right after he agreed, Caleb posted on his social media, "Leo asked me out on a date this Saturday. Which outfit should I wear?" Leo was amused by his antics. He thought it was just a joke and laughed it off. In the group chat with Caleb, Mason, and Adrian, Mason sent a string of emojis. He was mocking the smug Caleb. Caleb retorted playfully. Neither of them noticed that the third person in the group had not said a word. Caleb even wondered why Adrian was so busy. He could not even pop up to congratulate him. He did not know that one man's treasure is another man's poison. Leo also did not know that love could not only make one feel insecure, but also drive one to madness. At noon on Saturday, Leo arrived at the restaurant on time. He had just sat down opposite Caleb. Before he could even order, Adrian called. "Hello, Adrian?" At first, there was no reply from the other end. Instead, he heard heavy breathing. He thought it was a prank call and was about to hang up. Leo shot up from his seat. He ignored Caleb's confused look. "Adrian, what's wrong?" Caleb also stood up. "Leo, my rut came early. So uncomfortable. Can you help me?" Leo agreed without hesitation. He forgot all about his previous intention to keep his distance. "Leo, can you come alone? I don't want anyone to see me like this." Leo hesitated for half a second. He turned to Caleb and said, "Sorry, something urgent came up. I have to go. I'll treat you next time to make it up to you." After saying that, he rushed out. On his way to Adrian's house, he still called the hospital. He had read online that a severe alpha rut required either an omega or a hospital visit. He did not have his fiancée's contact information, so calling the hospital was the safest bet. Adrian did not want Caleb to see him, but a doctor should be fine, right? When he arrived at Adrian's house, the ambulance was already there. Inside, two paramedics were trying to restrain a disheveled man. Leo could not believe his eyes. Was this Adrian? He had just seen him a few days ago, but today he almost did not recognize him. His posture was no longer upright. He looked somewhat hunched over. It was clear he had been through a lot of pain. He had never seen him in such a vulnerable state. For someone as proud as him, how much pain must he be in? He tried to speak, but his voice was already choked up. "Adrian." The man slowly turned his head. His initially empty eyes gradually focused on Leo. Suddenly, his bloodshot eyes erupted with intense anger and unwillingness. He started to struggle violently, trying to get to Leo, and Leo, as if bewitched, only felt heartache. He also wanted to go to him, but after just a few steps, he was stopped by the paramedics. So was Adrian. Leo was told to wait outside. As he was leaving the room, he heard Adrian roar in a hoarse voice, "Give me back my Omega! Give me back my Leo!" An hour later, the room became quiet. The paramedics came out. Leo went up to them. "Doctor, how is he?" "He's temporarily stable for now. After this, he just needs to be comforted by his Omega." Leo bit his lip. But I can't contact his Omega right now. Can't you just give him some medicine to get through this? The doctor became serious. Taking medicine at this time is the last resort. It's best to have his Omega here. Besides, he said his Omega is right here. Why can't you contact them? After sending the doctor off, Leo hesitated for a long time before entering Adrian's bedroom. Since he had stabilized, it should be fine to get a little closer, right? He gently nudged the man on the bed, who had dark circles under his eyes. Although he did not want to wake him, he needed to contact his fiancée as soon as possible. Adrian, what's your fiancée's phone number? I'll call her. When she comes, you won't be in so much pain. The person on the bed opened his eyes and turned his head towards Leo. His tired face was covered with stubble. His hair was messy. Leo's nose tingled. He could only keep apologizing. I'm sorry, really. I should have found your fiancé sooner. But Before he could finish, Adrian grabbed his wrist and pulled him onto the bed. His hands wrapped around Leo's neck. He left just enough space for him to breathe. He held him, muttering, "Why did you avoid me? Why did you still run away?" Leo grabbed his wrists, trying to bring him back to his senses. "Adrian, it's me. I'm Leo, not your fiancé." He uttered the last few words with difficulty. Felt like stabbing himself in the heart. The warmth of the past few months was torn open. It revealed the cruelest truth. However, Adrian seemed even more hurt. He suddenly tightened his grip. "Leo, no. I won't let you run away again." He repeated those words over and over. Leo's breathing became more difficult. He could only manage to squeeze out a few words. "Adrian, I can't breathe." The man on top of him stopped talking. He seemed to wake from a dream. He frantically released his grip and sat back. "Leo, I didn't mean to." Leo gasped for air. Tears streamed from the corners of his eyes. Adrian apologized again and again. His outstretched hand hesitated, not daring to touch him. When had he ever seen him this timid? For a moment, he even forgot his own discomfort. He turned and hugged him. "It's not your fault. You're so good. How could it be your fault?" Adrian's body stiffened. He tentatively hugged him back. Then he tightened his embrace. It was as if he wanted to merge Leo into his bones. "Leo, you like me a little, don't you? Since you came to find me, it means you care about me, right? Tell me. As long as you say it, I'll believe you." Leo bit his lip, completely at a loss. He could not bring himself to admit he liked him, so he pushed him away. "Adrian, that's enough." Adrian slowly released him. He looked at Leo as if he had been deeply hurt. Leo avoided his gaze and lowered his head. "I'll help you find your fiancé." Adrian grabbed him with all his strength. Leo winced in pain, but he still did not dare to look at him. Adrian let out a low laugh. His tone was filled with an indescribable sarcasm. "Leo, how long are you going to play dumb?" Leo struggled to free his hand. He was on the verge of tears. "What do you mean, play dumb? What are you talking about?" Adrian seemed to have gone mad again. He pinned Leo down, holding him firmly. "Leo, what's so good about Caleb? What do I lack compared to him?" Leo's eyes widened. He did not know where to begin. Felt like they were talking past each other, because Adrian seemed to have lost his mind completely. 3 years and then another 5. "I don't want to wait anymore. Leo, I don't care about the past. As long as you love me from now on. Will you love only me from now on?" By the end, his tone was almost pleading. A few tears fell from his eyes. Although Leo still had not sorted everything out, he could not bear to see Adrian cry. He instinctively softened and wiped away his tears. But this gesture seemed to be interpreted by the Alpha as a sign of permission. He bit down on him recklessly. For 3 days, Leo was completely transformed from a beta into an omega. His gland, which had been dormant for 23 years, was repeatedly opened. It was filled with the scent of dark wood pheromones. Leo cried, he was in pain, he wanted to beg Adrian to stop. But every time Adrian apologized to him, pleaded with him, he lost all his boundaries. Leo, stop looking at him. Look at me too, please. I love you too. Leo, I wish I were your childhood friend too. Why won't you give me a chance? Leo, don't be afraid of me. Please don't be afraid of me. I wanted to take things slow, but you're always like this. He rambled on for a long time that day. He repeated himself over and over. In the end, he was left with only one sentence. Leo, do you love me? Yes, I love you. Haven't I made it clear in every glance I've ever given you? I love you, Adrian. But we shouldn't be like this. We shouldn't be connected in such a degrading way. 3 days later, he returned to normal. Leo was exhausted. From that day on, the scent of dark wood made him tremble. From that day on, he was kept in Adrian's house, almost like a prisoner. But maybe it was for the best. His current mental state was not suitable for going out. He did not know what he felt for Adrian anymore. When Adrian approached, he would instinctively want to avoid him. When Adrian was sad, he would instinctively want to get closer. During the day, Adrian tried to avoid him as much as possible. But at night, he could only sleep next to him. For the first 2 days, he knelt by Leo's bed. He held his pinky finger and slept on the bed. If Leo made the slightest movement in the morning, he would wake up startled and leave the room. Later, as Leo's stress reaction lessened, he started sleeping on the bed. But he was always very proper. Sometimes he would hold the hem of Leo's pajamas. Sometimes he would just touch a strand of his hair. Occasionally, when Leo woke up earlier than him, he could see the tear-stained pillow next to his face. Adrian, when did you become more timid than me? He did not know how many days he had been confined. He was staring out the window, lost in thought. Adrian came over and took his hand. Leo, let me show you something interesting. Leo followed him to a place that looked like a basement. The words Adrian had said before suddenly flashed in his mind. His eyes widened in terror. He wouldn't. Before he could struggle, the basement door opened. It was different from what he had imagined. The small room was quite cozy and bright. Adrian held his hand and introduced the items. Look, this is our high school graduation photo album. This wooden figure is the New Year's gift you gave me in high school. It's a pity there's only one. He explained each item one by one. Leo gradually let his guard down. Then, a notebook caught his attention. He could not help but exclaim, "Isn't this my notebook?" He picked up the notebook and started flipping through it. Adrian affectionately hugged him from behind. He rested his head on Leo's shoulder. "Yes, you lost it. I kept it safe for you." This notebook was where he recorded his secret crush on Adrian. He did not know how it disappeared. But since he did not use Adrian's real name, he did not bother looking for it. Seeing it now, he had mixed feelings. Strangely, the pages where he had written his thoughts were torn to varying degrees. The blank pages at the back were filled with his name. Some pages were filled with Leo. Others were filled with Leo. His heart became more and more chaotic. Finally, he reached the last page. Ah! He threw the notebook down in fear, as if he had seen a ghost. Adrian reached out from behind him and picked it up. "What's wrong, Leo? Don't you like our wedding photo?" The last page of the notebook was smeared with red. 2 figures in school uniforms, cut out from a group photo, were pasted on it. It was clearly him and Adrian. It was obvious who had taken the notebook and desecrated it. But Adrian's tone remained light. "This one doesn't look very good. We'll take a better one when we get married." After coming out of the basement that day, Leo became even more depressed. He would cry for no reason every day. It was not fear, not anger. It was sadness for everything that had happened between him and Adrian. Adrian noticed his sadness and tried his best to cheer him up. But the more he did, the sadder Leo became. Why did they end up like this? One day, Adrian came over. He carefully rested his head on Leo's lap and also shed tears. "Leo, I'm sorry." Leo did not reply. In fact, he did not know if he really blamed him. If he were to be honest, hadn't he been aware of and condoned his actions? Adrian took a deep breath. His voice was as light as a feather. "I'll let you go. Just don't hate me." But in the end, it was not Adrian who let him go. It was Caleb who showed up at the door. He was furious, as if he knew everything. Adrian took 2 punches from him without fighting back. Blood trickled from the corner of his mouth. "Adrian, are you an animal? Is this how you treat someone you like?" Adrian wiped the blood from his mouth. His expression was so cold that even Leo did not recognize him. "What else can I do? Should I just watch him be devoted to you while you hesitate and let him down? Caleb, you know how you treated him." Caleb's face changed colors. "But you shouldn't have done this." Adrian had nothing to say to that. He fell silent. Leo sat nearby, watching them, and tears started to fall. "Adrian, who told you I like him?" Adrian slowly turned to look at him. Leo sobbed and asked again. "Adrian, who told you that the person I like is him? Who told you that the person I wrote about in my notebook was him? Who told you that the person who made me so timid throughout my adolescence was him? If it were really him, we would have been together a long time ago. Why would I have gone through the trouble of giving gifts to all your friends? Just so I could give you the custom-made building block figure I assembled myself? Adrian, if you had asked them, how could you not know that your gift was the most special one?" He seemed stunned, not answering for a long time. Finally, he walked over to Leo and knelt down. He looked up at him, his voice trembling. "Then who do you like? Leo, who do you really like?" Leo looked at him, not speaking. Only tears flowed silently. The 3 people in the room fell silent. Only Caleb lowered his head and sighed heavily. "And then what happened, Dad? How did Daddy win you back?" The little girl, in the throes of her first crush, loved this kind of love story. She kept pestering me for the rest of the story. But I was tired of talking, so I passed the buck. "You'll have to ask your daddy about that. He should tell you about his own good deeds." So the little girl skipped to the kitchen door. She called out to the man inside. "Daddy, Daddy, how did you win Papa back?" The man in the kitchen brought out the dishes. He replied as he walked, "How else could I win him back? I atoned for my sins, confessed everything, and pursued him relentlessly." The little girl was clearly not satisfied with this answer. She pouted. That's no fun. Shouldn't it be a chase where he runs and you pursue and he can't escape? Then you sacrifice your life for a sliver of Papa's pity. Then you're on the brink of death, but Papa's love pulls you through." I laughed and tapped her on the head. "Go wash your hands for dinner and read fewer web novels." Adrian chimed in from the side. "Exactly. Your Papa loves me so much. How could he let me be on the brink of death?" I tapped him on the head too, a smile playing on my lips. "Get lost." But he was right. Couldn't bear it. We were 2 people who loved each other. We just took many detours and wasted 8 years. Once we understood each other's feelings and cleared up the misunderstandings, how could we not be together? If I could have a secret crush for 8 years, what obstacle couldn't we overcome? In short, we got through the most painful 8th year and finally ended up together. Those 8 years no longer held torture or pain for us. They only left us with one sentence. Love must be said out loud, at a volume the other person can hear. Adrian looked at me, his eyes gentle. What are you thinking about that's making you so happy? Before our daughter came back, I suddenly hugged Adrian's waist. Of course I'm thinking about you. He kissed my forehead, the corners of his lips turning up. Really? Really?